Hello and welcome to another part of Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition blind playthrough of bonus campaign by Old Man Memu. In the last episode we ventured into the undersea research facility Namazu to find out an vaccine for a rich guy who was probably hit with the newest version of SARS respiratory disease, which was made or created down under the sea in this research facility. We were successful, and now we are going back to the Impound lot, where we choose our next way to continue. So, no time to lose, let's go. The Impound lot. Jomo redlines the submersible's throttle, and you rocket away from the Shiaway's lab in record time. The org remains glued to the sonar and inertial guidance readouts, constantly scanning for pursuit. Thankfully, nobody seems to be on your tail. Soon enough, you're ascending towards the Impound yard, far from the dangers of a germ warfare lab. Back to the land of door police, a leaking boat, and an unfriendly city. Home sweet home. Continue. Okay, we gained 8 karma and we are back here, so let's check what we can upgrade. Well, I think I used the last 2 points into the decking. And we'll see. Next few points could go to quickness or strength, if we get any. But for now, let's go completely full intellect. Okay, first thing first, let's get to the boat and talk to our company. But first the mission computer, as always. Your workstation and mission computer. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 1 unread messages. Check your inbox for new messages. You have 1 unread messages. With I'm with you. With a flicker of static, a video feeds winks onto the screen. Kindly Cheng stares into the camera, clutching a cigarette wrapped in green paper. She looks tired. Her eyes droop, and the table behind her is crowded with lipstick-smudged glasses of murk liquid. Memo, I trust that you're doing well and keeping your eyes and ears open like I told you. She raises the cigarillo to her lips with a slow, languid motion, and takes a puff with a smack of her lips. For my part, I will be keeping an eye on you. Pair of eyes, actually. Never mind who I have watching you. It isn't important. Just know that a representative of mine is there with you, watching your back and reporting on your progress. In a very real way. Your auntie is right there with you, even as you're watching this recording. She turns her back to the camera, contemplating the glasses on her desk. That's all, dear. Just a quick update from me to you. She selects a glass, raises it, and pours the contents down her throat. For your part, the rules are the same as they were when we spoke on the comm. Stay alive, don't trust the cops, and above all, don't fuck it up. The video feed flickers and dies. You find yourself back on the file menu. Interesting. So, let's open the jobs directory. Claim payment for retrieving the cure for Menkai Siu. You submit the job as finished and await a response. A few moments later, a message pops onto the screen. 1700. Nice. From Sergeant Lee to Memu. Glad to hear the job's done. Payment is attached. Good work. Okay, go back. Access the Shadowrun BBS. Shadowrun connection established successfully. Link strength 100%, spoofing 1, group info null, anon. Welcome to Shadowland. Postpay data for sale. Attach data to escrow account. Data will be automatically sold to the highest bidder. Both parties will remain anonymous. Okay. But this is something which I really do not want to sell on the black market into the Shadowrun, because that is kind of out of my character. I probably will get nice money for this, but I don't feel like my character would do that. Okay, search BBS for relevant keywords. Topics matching local keywords. Threat, graffiti. Has anyone noticed some really vague graffiti scrolled right by the highway entrance to the walled city? Free enterprise is not so free when corps have a rigged prosperity. Recognize. Yeah, it's all over the town actually. About this one, right on the Queensway. Whom exactly does the council serve? What fate do treacherous tigers deserve? 1000-year Kevin. A dick at Eastern Tiger? Or what the hell, corrupt lot of them? I am done with the anti-megacorp sentiment, but the verification could use a little work. Lame. 1.2056. But it's not just about the megacorps. Spotted this one by the Hong Kong Ferry Pier. Bullets erupt at 3:45. Who's the SDU searching for? Typhoon Strike. I know everybody who's ever picked up a can of spray paint in HK, but I don't recognize this work. I suspect that we're dealing with some kind of collective movement, and the taggers might not even be working together. Tagimit. Hey, Tagimit, it's any of the graffiti in all caps? Did you see any, like, tiny little footprints in the paint? Pinky swear. For the last time, Pinky, you are not being stalked by robot ants. 1.2056. You won't think it's so funny when they come for you. Pinky swear. No more posts in this thread. Stuck in a pipe. Please help. I'm wedged in a pipe in the Lama power station. I was making a discreet exit via a disused pipe system when my gear got hooked onto something. Now I'm trapped in this friggin' pipe and my partner's not answering his PDA. We'll split the pay if you get me out and help me complete this job. Sticky Wicked 36. Hey, Shenzhen Joe, you listening? This could be the milk run that we were waiting on. Just retrieving some guy from the exit. Piece of cake, considering the main job's already done. Georgie Corgi. Slow down, GC. Can we hear a little bit more about your situation? Sticky Wicked 36? Shenzhen Joe. Hey, Shenzhen Joe. I'm relieved you say this. Sending you the blueprints now, plus my coordinates. I'll owe you big time. Sticky Wicket 36. Considering how much trouble you get yourself into, you tend to say that a lot. Okay, go there fast and... Oh, Sticky, are you underwater? Shenzhen Joe. Yeah, could be. You should probably bring scuba gear and some kind of laser cutting device. Sticky Wicket 36. Oh, no, Sticky. You do understand what happens if we cut into an underwater pipe while you're in it, right? Shenzhen Joe. Okay, we're not doing it Sticky's way, but we can come up with another plan, right? Are we helping Sticky? Yeah? Georgie Corgi. Georgie, my friend, this is the very definition of not a milk run. Shenzhen Joe. No more posts in this thread. More push pins. You guys, I got the caffeine shivers real bad, so I brave going outside. I shouldn't have, Pinky swear. Do tell, Phoenix ascending. It isn't. I came back to this. You should consider your actions before you act. Enjoy your kef, J. Pinky swear. Just as weird as previous message you got. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, another 5 syllables. Counting the J, I think you're being menaced by haiku, Pinky. Phoenix ascending. Didn't Jaibot speak in haikus? You know, the poetry program that fused with those rogue ESPs, then started speaking in all caps? Were the pushpins themselves all caps, Pinky? Hackathon. Yeah, the pushpins were all caps. Rogue ESPs, you said? Are they dangerous? Pinky swear. Before you flip out, think about it. People, how's a virtual entity going to write poems in mid-space? And why would it aim at the Pinky? She's never hurt anybody. Phoenix is standing. Well, that run that I was telling you about was in this lab, see? And they were working on these tiny robots that could work together to move heavy objects. Basically, robot ants. Anyway, I might have let them go, you know, on accident, Pinky swear. Just to get it straight, you're afraid that runaway poetry software is forcing a bunch of robot ants to leave your threatening message written in thumbtacks? Phoenix is standing. Pushpins. They were pushpins, Pinky swear. No more posts in this thread. More police files. Dang, I'm combining through all these police file entries. Lots are boring misdemeanors, but here's a zinger. Kendall Chan, crime fiend, Robert Bank to feed the money. No convictions yet. Yankee Noodle. Well, sounds about right, except for the fact that I don't have a problem with cram, man. I can barely remember the last time I used Funk Mastermind. Yeah, right, Funk, but check this out. Assassin Lee Wong gave the pigs his client list raiding Johnson's soon. Oh, I wouldn't like that spread all over the Matrix about me, true or not? Shandytown. XCGREKLJOUI, Yankee Noodle. I think Yankee Noodle jacked out post haste. You don't think? Phoenix is standing. Somebody's deep shitso going to the dogs. Georgie Corgi. No more posts in this thread. Okay. Jobs directory. Okay. I have all done and read. Mission item removed. Sorcery antibodies. What? Did I put it on say? Oh no, it was the mission. Okay, mission item, not this one, but the second one, which we got the 1,700 new yens for. Okay, let's talk to the guide show. Come on. Gotcha is hunched over, holding something long and thin in one hand and a short knife in the other. He shifts in place, and after a moment you see he is carving a stick. He's already notched several holes into the wood and is busily trying to form it into an approximation of a flute. He appears to be struggling with a task. Let me see here, maybe that will be better. He lifts the flute to his lips and blows. It produces a drunken warble of the sort that might be uttered by a dying bird, assuming that it was underwater at the time. Gaichu narrows his milky white eyes at the flute, then hurls it into a corner of the room. I know my limitations. Carving a flute is apparently beyond me, unless my goal is to frighten children. Now then, what may I do for you? What do you think of that last run? There is little for me to say, as I was not there. Everything I know of what happened is a second-hand information. Was there anything else you needed? Do you ever think about Ishida and the rest of your team? Not especially. After a battle, I made a decision not to dwell on the earlier parts of my life. If killing my former comrades is what it took to free myself, it would do them a disservice to undermine their sacrifice. Gaichu folds his arms over his chest. It was a necessary act. You convinced me of this, and I still believe that you were correct. Now that I consider it, it is likely that I would not be here with you now had I not acted. I likely would have fled Hong Kong. Talk to you later, Gaichu. Let's talk to Rector. Rector's machine shop is oddly silent. The great fabricator arms that hang from the ceiling stands motionless. Koschei scuttles toward you, acknowledging your presence with a tap of its foreleg. Rector nods and beckons you forward. Well, my friend, it would seem that we've come to the end of the road. We know where we need to go. To the ridiculously named Tiger's Den. To find the evidence that our senior inspectors need so badly. There are no other jobs to distract us. We may as well get up for the task and get it over with. That's the plan. We're heading to the Tiger's Dens next. Very good. I'll pack my things. Is there anything you'd like to discuss before we go? If so, speak your mind. I'm always happy to talk. What do you think of that last run? A fascinating job, and one that I was happy to take a part in. The experiments that Shyways were conducting and the lab were all quite intriguing, from the work that they were doing on SARS-3 to the sleeper agents that they were creating via the Silver Dream project. It was all good science, ethical concerns notwithstanding. I'm thankful that you allowed Janet Thank to live, and would have been within your rights to kill her, of course. She obstructed us at every turn, and we have put others to the sword for much less. All that being said, she remains a brilliant scientist and a contributor to the advancement of human knowledge. I take comfort in knowing that she will continue to do so. Whoa, hold up. SARS-3 and Silver Dream are the kinds of advancement that our species would be better off without. No, My friend, I cannot agree with such an assertion. Ignorance is never preferable to knowledge. It may be easier in some cases, but that doesn't make it better. Who knows what other breakthroughs the development of SARS-3 might lead to? What secrets of human consciousness the Silver Dream project may have laid bare? And how can you assign a value to all of the future good that might flow from those cascading discoveries? Yeah, Silver Dream and SARS-3 are both harmful applications of Shiaway's research, and the proliferation of either would have disastrous human consequences. On this, we are agreed, but I cannot condemn the science behind them. Now, do you have any other questions, or shall I return to my work? Get around later. Okay, let's go back. At least we agree on the ethical side of the thing with the reactor this time. Duncan. Hey again. What do you think of the last run? Not that I expected, not what I expected. Seems like whenever we get a straightforward run, it always hits a point where it veers off in 50 different directions. Break into lab, get cure, leave, collect your payment. Instead, it turns into break into lab, everything goes to hell, and a rocket sled scramble to find a way out. But if one thing's still bugging me, it's definitely that dog. What was her name? Janet? The muscles in his jaw roll as he grins his teeth. The fact that she is still out there with the power to create those nightmare diseases is giving me a headache. People like her make me thick, trying to convince us that her intentions were good. No matter what she said, she was just a corporate pawn. Diseases like SARS-3 wouldn't even be a problem if people like her didn't try to justify their actions. I don't care what good you do, lady. It doesn't make up for the bet. Anyway, we go through it, mess and all, earned a few braces, and by the end of the day, things worked out the way that they should have. The facility got crippled, and we got paid. Anything else? Did you do something to your room? It feels different. Duncan leans his back, puzzled look in his face. No? He looks around the cabin. No, what are you talking about? I'm not sure. It just got really cold in here though. Duncan pulls off his goggles and looks around him. I don't feel anything. What's wrong with you? Oh. I don't want to freak you out, but I think we are in trouble. You can see Duncan's irritation growing, the muscles in his neck tense up. What the hell aren't you telling me? Spit it out, FH. It's just that. This feels a lot like a haunted space. He leans away from you and groans, grabs his face in his hands and talks to the floor. Are you shitting me? Haunted by a ghost. As in, not the kind of spirit that Gobet summons, but an actual dead person, with rattling chains and a white sheet over his head. Look, FH, the Thick's world is a strange place, but I'm not an idiot, and I'm not about to fall into this half-assed prank of yours. I'm done. Get out. Shh. Did you feel that? In whisper. It's just the window. I probably left it open. Now stop this. Whispers again. Duncan, you don't have any windows in here. I He stops himself and turns to examine the walls. No windows. You watch him run his tongue nervously across his bottom teeth. This is bullshit. There's no such thing as... Scream. Duncan reels backward, almost tripping over the dilapidated floorboards, and slams into the wall with a thud. His expression changes shifts from horror to an embarrassed fury that you haven't seen since you were kids. Oh, the fucking fuck. He leaps to his feet and roars at you. Get out! Laugh. His voice suddenly drops in more to a menacing whisper. Leave now. You can tell he's crossed the point of no return. There's no reasoning with him. Leave. All you can hear behind you is a heavy panting of Duncan as he watches you walk away. Wow, that was funny. Go bed. Well, I guess this is it, huh? I mean, we've done everything else that the people around here had for us. The Icon Tower, run the gig, and under seal up. Nothing left to do but hit that police station and get the evidence that the task force needs to take Crate down. Oh, looks that way. Good, because I want to see that woman suffer. She had her people put a bullet through Niger's head and gunshots, I guess, but nobody cares about him. Niger, though, has been waiting too long for justice already. Now that we've exhausted our other options, maybe we can go on and get it for him. That's the plan, Gobet. She nods slowly. I'm gonna hold you on that. Now, tell me why you're here. What do you think of that last run? I'm not really big on taking jobs on the water. You already know why. She wraps her arms around her chest, hugging herself. I still have nightmares about the sinking ship. You know, about what went down there, the shiny object, the Red King, and all that. Yeah, that was pretty messed up, even by our standards. Tell me about it. And ever since, well, runs on boats creep me out. That's all. As it turns out, though, laps under the water are perfectly fine with me. No idea why, but it didn't feel the same at all. Didn't raise my hackles or nothing. It was like going to Arnold Wang's Super Aquatorium and the Seikung district back before it went bankrupt and had to raffle all of his fish. Anyway, so the lab itself was no problem, pretty even. I could have done without the psychotic meat puppets and the horrible diseases, but you know how it is, beggars can be choosers. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Got any more questions for me? If so, go ahead, I'm all ears. How are your rats doing? She shrugs. Madness and Folly are fine. Give them food and a place to hide, and they can adapt to pretty much anything. They're kind of inspirational that way, you know? Give me something to look up to. Sure, I guess. What? They're positive role models. You do remember who my totem is, right? I mean, seriously. Capital R, Red, is a spirit totem. Madness and Folly are rodents that you pulled out of a dumpster. Not the same thing, go bet. They're close enough. And besides, I love them, so lay off. She strokes Folly's coat. The rodent chirps happily and immediately sinks its teeth into her finger. They have some behavior problems sometimes, but still, her sentence devolves into a series of yelps and grunts as she tries to wrestle the animal's jaws open. Want some help with that? No, I'll be fine. Besides, you'll hurt her. She flicks Folly on the nose with a fingernail, and the rat finally releases her finger. Gobet whips her hand to her mouth and sucks on the wound. See? It'll work out in the ouch in the end. If that's your takeaway, who am I to argue? No one. That's who. She takes a deep breath and thrusts her bleeding finger into a glass of alcohol on a nearby table. Now kindly steer this conversation off of my fury darlings, and onto something else. Distract me so that I don't catch Folly and wring her traitorous little neck. Got around later. It's warm to the touch. Isabel leans back against the octopus, her neck tilted back so that her head can rest on a thick rope of twisted wires and cables. Her misty white persona stares down on you from a well-mounted display. The persona's white eyes look back at you. With her hands on her hips, she leans forward. Can't talk right now, Mamu. I'm busy. Real busy. What's so important that you have to blow me off? There is a crackle of static from the display speaker as Isabel's avatar sucks air through her teeth. Her voice quickens. Alright, I'm in the middle of a fight, but I'm winning, so it's no big deal. Just destroying this Matrix jockey who's gone too far with his jokes. Got him locked in a system right now, but it's fine. He doesn't pose a danger or anything. You're destroying another decker for cracking jokes. Absolutely. He's been harassing good people for weeks, so the punishment is completely warranted. Now, I got to get back to it, or he'll break free from my torture program. And... torture? You say this wasn't dangerous? The persona leaves her shoulders in a quick shrug. It isn't. Not to us. Listen, I can monitor him while I'm talking to you. He could... Shit, he got around my lookout. He's probably back in mid-space, pissing his pants right about now. Damn it. I wasn't done with him yet. She clocks her tongue in disappointment and her head dips dejectedly. Her persona begins to fade from the screen. Isabel's body twitches and her eyes flutter. She slowly raises her head and pushes herself up off the floor. A sideways frown greets you before her words catch up. Next time, I lock my door. Well, now that you've got my undivided attention. So, what is that you so desperately wanted to talk about? What do you think of that last run? I wasn't there. I was sitting here on the boat, tooling around on the octopus and wishing that we were still docked in here. So yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. Any more questions? You seem like you keep yourself pretty busy. Do you ever get bored? She purses her lips. Only when I talk to... Touché. I'm serious. So am I, she smiles wickedly, but only when I'm in a bad mood. Her smile drops and she's all business again. To answer your questions, no. And I find it a wonder that anyone can manage to find themselves bored in the city. Ever. It takes a special kind of creativeness to let yourself get bored here. The only circumstances I have found tiresome are when someone dull is talking, or if I'm stuck in a job with the wrong people. Green runners wait in a haystack for 5 hours before we strike, kind of idiots who always die a couple runs into the game. She shudders at the thought. 5 horrible, itchy hours lying in that haystack. I don't want to think about it anymore. You need anything else? Got any plans for after we finish off Great? Definitely. She rests a loving hand on one of her terminal's many external drives. Got plenty of upgrades I need to perform on the Octopus. Gonna try converting her to a mineral oil cooling system and the new hotness on the boards. Mineral oil? How does that even work? Imagine a computer in a fish tank. Now imagine that the fish tank is filled with non-conductive, easily cooled mineral oil. The bubbles and lights achieve victory. Well, best of luck with that then. She scoffs at you, as if I needed luck. That's all for now. See ya. Not much new stuff from her. Let's talk to Duncan just for fun. If he has anything new to say. Hey, again. Gotta run later. Okay, nothing new. So let's get around the city. Constable High fixes you with a hard stare, but almost immediately breaks in his ace when his PDA buzzes. After a series of quick taps on the device, he flips it off and slips it into a back pocket. He nods at you. Back for more, runner? He raises a hand to rub his chin. I mean, Memo, about time I got that right. What brings you to come to my corner? I have to go. He waves you anyway. Go on then. I'm curious when these police people will give any more options to talk. Because so far it was always just some polite way of bye-bye. Hey, Memu, I got news about that friend of mine, you know, the one who was under the water. He gives you a wolfish grin. He's been stabilized, thanks to you. Looks like he's gonna pull through. I held up my end of bargain. Now it's your turn. Yeah, it is. Fair's fair, after all. He kicks one of the Duraplus crates with the side of his food. You want something from my special stock? You just say the word. I'll get you all set up. Let me see your special stock. Okay, so I'm really curious what I have unlocked for the... for that quest. It's pretty nice something. But needs a really high combat. Too bad. Anything else? No, thanks. Suit yourself. So you have some other business here, or? See you later. I have talked about all of the previous options before, and I think, well, nothing new here. How much money do I have? 5,560. Let's check the cyberware. A massive titanium chamber with wire-reinforced windows looms over you. The machine itself is cold to the touch. The chill seems to be emanating from the assembly area within. To the right of the machine, a holographic display provides a 3D view of the cyberware packages that are available for installation. With a pre-recorded message plays, "Welcome to the warehouse, a product of Cryogen Incorporated. Please select your desired service." Browse the kiosk's selection of cyberware. Well... that's pretty nice. Huh. Why does it have those two little factories? +1 movement. This is pretty nice. I would choose anything that's this one. Okay, skin, +2 armor and +1 body. Nope. +1 charisma, nope. And +1 armor as well, nope. Don't have better. Cyber spurs. And deluxe. This one is pretty nice. Interesting that this is a little bit... Oh, this costs 1 and this costs 2. Anyway, let's go away. We'll think about it, but I think that I probably prefer to buy something from Joe for my Decker skills. The stranger tosses his cigarettes to the ground and grinds it under her shoe. With a flick of her heel, she sends the mangled stub over the side of the harbor, tumbling down to the churning waters below. Her head dips as she lights as a fresh stick. As she inhales, she gives you a note. A nice day for a stroll. Smoke streams out of her nose and her mouth. And you call me a criminal? Look just who littered. She purses her lips and her eyes narrow. You're not sure whether she's annoyed or amused. Funny. Now, if you'll indulge me, why are you here? Got a question or two. Yeah, I'm listening. I have to go. She nods back to it. Interesting. So still no new dialogues? Nope. Let's check what new has Jomo in the decker space. Jomo is hunched over the side of his boat, examining some deep scratches and otherwise pristine hull. He curses under his breath, turning to face you. You know, with all this work we are doing, I think that the drunken mistake will need a new paint job when we're done. She deserves a makeover after all of her hard work. So, what can Captain Jomo do for you today, huh? Let's see what you're selling, Jomo. This is the most expensive. I have a space to well, let's buy it. Let's buy it first. And we will sell these two things. Yep. You need anything else? Let's see what you're selling, Jomo. Okay, let's sell stuff. Of course I cannot use it. And this will be another 1000. Oh! Total profits almost 4000 yuans for this. Does this mean that I should not sell it here? Okay, let's sell it this way and we'll see if I can get better money and at the second guy. 2000 is okay. Programs. Decrypt to 0. Ah. Did I sell the old one and forgot to buy a new one last time? It really looks like that way. Okay. You need anything else? See you later, Jomo. Okay, let's see if I can get a little bit more money from this guy. I need supplies. Let me see what you got on the rack. What you are interested in. Firearms and grenades. Nope, the same. Oh, I have the Crip 3-0. I'm stupid. 400 money. Wasted. Anything else? No, thanks. See you later. Oh, me, stupid me. Let me see what you're selling, Jemo. Stash 3-0. Well, that's just based of 100. And there is 3-0. Right. Boost, we have dual boost, degrade. Firewall 3-0. Okay, let's buy the firewall 3-0. And let's sell firewall 2-0. Anything else? See you later. And probably let's check the gear for the food. Or not food, but for skin. Nope, this is just armor. Body. This is pretty nice. This is just 1 AP. Oh, so let's check the legs. This could be really nice, but it's expensive as hell. I don't have enough money for that. This one is interesting as well. I don't ranged combat. Weakness and strength. This might be interesting. And cost only 0.3 essence. I think I take this. Expensive as hell. And it's weakness and strength. Let's see. Come on. Oh, I forgot to click on it. Weakness 4. And strength +1. This might be interesting. Well, yes, this might be interesting choice. Let me check the +1 movement. This is nice. And you will try to attack, to dodge. Which is better? I use that just... Well, we'll see. I use this one, quickness and strength. Yep. Cyber Rare causes essence loss. This affects the magic rating of your character, as magic is equal to essence rounded down. Magic is very important for spellcasters. The base number of spell slots available to the caster is equal to half of their magic, rounded down. Therefore, losing essence can cause spell slots to be permanently lost. In addition, each point of magic lost increases all spell cooldowns +1. Casting a spell again while it is cooling causes drain damage to the caster. You cannot have less than 1 essence. Okay, confirm. So we are now down to 3 essence. Yep. Pretty nice. Well, if I had a little bit more money, or if I will be able to get something in the next... After the next mission, I probably buy that one. Which helps you dodging the stuff. Quickness 5 and strength 7. This is pretty nice. But I'm curious why this is not giving you +1 intelligence and decking as it should. Nope. 9 and 9. Don't tell me you cannot get over the maximum for... Whatever. That's a waste of money then. Or waste of skill points. I probably made a very expensive mistake for 5,000. For 5,000. Oh my, oh my. Well, shit happens. Let's get to the next mission. Back so soon? Tell me then, what can Jomo do for you? We may as well get this over with. Take me to the Tiger's Den. Travel to the Tiger's Den. And we will be taking a Rector, Gobet, and Duncan. Confirm. Travel to the Tiger's Den. Confirm. And that was it for another part of Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition bonus campaign playthrough by Old Man Memo. And in this episode we picked up our reward for the last run in the Namazu underwater laboratory and went finally to the Tiger's Den, purchased some more equipment and found out that we probably made some mistake. But yeah, could be worse. Anyway, if you enjoyed, feel free to hit that follow button on the Twitch or subscribe button on the YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your day.